Alright, peace, peace, peace. Welcome. This is going to be a reading. So we're going to be talking about your sun, your moon, your ascendant, and we'll be looking at like a couple other placements too. But primarily the sun, the moon, and the ascendant. So first things first, right? Your sun is in Cancer, your moon is in Virgo, and then your ascendant is in Leo. So the sun deals with how you express your ego into this world. In a sense, how you wish to be seen, but at the same time, how you wish to be seen, but at the same time, the energies you put out into the world, right? The energies you put out, in the sense, the sun deals with the mask you put on when you're going out into the public world. And now Cancer is a very it's a private sign. You know, Cancer is not a public sign, it's more of a private sign. And so one thing with Cancers is that a lot of the times Cancers are comfortable like expressing like things that in a sense they really shouldn't express, you know. But that's also why Cancers are like shy and reserved in the sense of who to let into their space, you know, because Cancers are very vulnerable, you know. And as you know, Cancer, it's signified by the crab, right? The crab has an exterior that's hard, but an interior that's soft and mushy. And so with that being said, you know, Cancer's greatest positive attribute is their tenacity. You feel me? And their greatest negative attribute is their moodiness. Cancers can be overly moody, you know, bipolar to an extent, you know, fluctuate from one mood to another. And this is because their moon, right? My bad, their ruling planet, the moon, if you have noticed, goes through her own phases, right? The moon is constantly waning and waxing and waning and waxing. You feel what I'm saying? And so as the moon is known for fluctuation, the sign ruled by Cancer is also prominently known for fluctuation. So that is the weakness, you know, a moodiness of and an overly like touchiness. Not even moodiness, but touchiness, you know, being too touchy. And I don't mean physical, but like being too sensitive, you know, too touchy. Being too touchy and sensitive, I feel, is more the most negative attribute about Cancer than like being moody. But they're kind of the same thing, right? So with your sun being in Cancer, this is very much maternal energy, you feel me? So in this life, one way or another, the experiences of your life have had you focus on like either familial energy or like energies of like nourishment and nourishing yourself. So hold on, let me collect my thoughts real quick. But yeah, you know, so Cancer deals with family, it deals with emotions, how you nurture and nourish your emotions. And so when the sun goes into Cancer, the focus becomes of the emotions, and ultimately Cancer is very much concerned on how they can nourish and nourish themselves emotionally, you feel me? Because Cancer, they appreciate and they enjoy like comfortability and security, but it's not so much physical security but emotional security. But of course they incline towards physical security because physical security equates to emotional security, you feel me? But yeah, and so thus Cancers, they have a desire also to feel secure within their relationships, you feel me? And as you know, Cancers are the crabs, you know, so they can be very clingy, and sometimes they can be too smothering, you know, too smothering, you feel what I'm saying? And so too smothering. But a lot of the times Cancer's intentions are good, you feel me? Because they are the maternal sign, they're also very sympathetic and selfless, and they have an ability to like in a sense put themselves second and put someone first, you feel me? being the mother sign, a Cancer can find the child within anyone and everyone. So they do have a great ability to nourish, and a good ability to nourish others. But when it comes to nourishing themselves and understanding themselves and their emotional nature, they I don't want to say that they struggle with their emotional nature, because Cancer being signified by the crab, it does highlight the fact that because the crab is a animal that is in the water, but it can also crawl on land. So land or earth is practicality, having a foundation based on reality according to how you're thinking. You feel what I'm saying? So being practical, that's what earth is. But then water is being emotional and irrational and detached from reality, but mostly emotion. And so Cancer, they have this ability, you feel me, to understand their feelings better than the other water signs. Like Scorpio and Pisces, they're more inclined towards getting lost in their feelings, but then Cancers, they're more inclined towards using their feelings and channeling their feelings. You feel what I'm saying? I hope that makes sense. So Cancer is because it's ruled by the moon, it's a very psychic sign, very sensitive, and so this sensitivity bridges into the spiritual plane, being sensitive to subtle energies. And so with that being said, it is of great importance to for you as a Cancer, especially with the moon being your ruler and the moon dealing with things like, mysticism, spirituality, going within, things like that, like you would tremendously benefit, you feel what I'm saying, from getting more in tune with your quote-unquote magical aspects, your quote-unquote more spiritual aspects, you feel what I'm saying, and learning how to use your emotional body, you feel what I'm saying. Now, your moon is in Virgo, so with your moon being in Virgo, this kind of, the maternal energy, it can kind of fluctuate it a little bit, you feel what I'm saying? Because Virgos are a little bit more... Wait, never mind, no, not at all. Like, you're regardless, you're still a very maternal individual, but, see, so, Virgo is an earth sign, and when the moon goes into Virgo, it can struggle, in the sense that, rather than just feeling its emotions, it has to understand its emotions, you feel what I'm saying? Virgo, which is the sign your moon is in, is a sign that deals with analyzing things and breaking things down. You feel me? And within the body, Virgo rules the digestive system. Cancer rules the breasts. You feel me? And the breasts are symbolically associated with nourishment. You feel me? Nourishment. So that's what Cancer is all about: nourishing others, but also nourishing themselves. You feel me? And so, also, you have, hold on, I was going to say this real quick, and then I'll go back to the moon. So also, you have, your ascendant in Leo, and that makes your chart ruler the sun. You feel me? And Leo is a sign that deals with the identity, you feel me? It deals with the self-image. It deals with the willpower also. Ultimately, Leo is the I, the me, according to my experiences with other people, because Leo belongs to the second emanation of the signs. Meaning that Leos, even though it's the me, the I, the self-image, because Leo's also the king, right, or the queen, they take, or like the lion, right, the jungle, they take into consideration other people as well, and their needs and their values before a Leo, stands on their own 2 feet. They want to make sure that they're not associated, but that they're good with the people around them. But it's really more so Leo is a sign, that really need, I don't want to use the word need, but benefits and values from attention, you feel me, and being in the spotlight and everything like that. And so being a fire sign, being fixed fire, fire are visions, visualizations, things you can see. And so thus Leos typically are like they don't even, and like a Leo typically, especially I feel if your ascendant is in Leo, because your ascendant, it deals with the energies that are personal to you. So like your sun deals with your actions and how you express your ego out into the world. That is how you influence the world around you. And so with you having the sun in Cancer, understand that the way you are influencing the world has more to do with your emotions than anything else, you feel me? So the better emotional intelligence you can get, the better for yourself. But yeah, so ultimately Leos, just because of like their energy, they gravitate attention to themselves, so and yeah, especially with the first house, because like I said, the sun is how you express outwardly, but then the moon deals with how you how you react and respond, but also how you like process emotions. Yeah, process emotions. How you process emotions in the sense that, like, yeah, I'll leave it at that. How you process emotions. So it deals with how you react and respond to the stimulation that comes to you, and that's emotions. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, but like when the moon goes into Virgo, like learning psycho-cybernetics becomes of great importance. I don't know if you heard of the book Psycho-Cybernetics, but you should most definitely, you feel what I'm saying, most definitely go and go look it up, Psycho-Cybernetics, the book. So Psycho-Cybernetics, the book, this is primarily something that is of great benefit and value for especially someone with the moon in Virgo. And this is because Virgo is a sign that's ruled by Mercury, you feel what I'm saying? And Mercury is the planet that deals with the intellect. It deals with how we process information, how we learn things, how we communicate our ideas to others. You feel me? And so, but the moon, she is emotions, she is irrationality, how we nourish ourselves emotionally. Like the moon deals with vulnerability, she deals with familial energy, she deals with the inner child. So, and these two don't mix, logic and emotion, they don't really mix that well. So it's interesting because when the moon goes in Virgo, typically these are people that struggle with emotion. They struggle with processing their emotion. You feel what I'm saying? And this may be the case for you too, even though you have your sun in Cancer, because the sun is like what you are in, but then, you feel me, it's like what you are in. And so what you are in is like family energy, because that's what Cancer is. The family, the household, and everything like that. So that's what you're in. But then it's like the way that you're reacting and responding to this familial energy is by doing Virgonian things. And so Virgo is also a very practical sign. They don't like to run around. They like to get straight to the point. They also don't like to waste time, and Virgos may not understand the value of like emotions. You feel what I'm saying? And Virgo is a sign that deals with service. So at the end of the day, that's what I mean when I say they are straight to the point. You feel me? They want to service others, and they want to feel like they're useful. You feel me? They want to serve others, yes, and they want to feel like they're useful. And so Virgos make themselves, especially Moon and Virgo, they make themselves very, very useful. Because one of the ways, that you receive emotional nourishment and sustenance is through feeling like you're a useful person. But furthermore, through servicing others and giving others and helping others, you feel me? Virgo tremendously, like, flourishes when it's in service. And so, for instance, for you, it would be ideal for you to get into a field of work that deals with helping others. Like a lot of Virgos find themselves in nurses, in nurses or as house cleaners, even like personal life coaches, health coaches, because Virgo deals with all these different things. But yeah, so anything and everything where you feel like you are servicing and helping others would be good. I also want to say this, with your sun being in Cancer, it's important to protect your heart, and in a sense make sure that you're not giving too much heart energy outwardly to people, because it's like sometimes you do need to like reserve your heartfelt energy, and not just spread it. What the heck? Hey bro, my bad, there is a weird bug on my microphone. It was weird. But yeah, so that's Virgo. So like I said earlier, in this placement, the moon isn't just content with feeling the emotions. It wants to understand the emotions. You feel me? And so what happens here, because Virgo can be a very controlling energy, a controlling sign. Virgo is also a perfectionist. They want things to be a specific, certain way. And what happens here is that they can become their biggest critic. You feel me? And Virgo is a sign of labor. It's a sign of work. You feel me? It's a sign that believes that we should do with what we have. You feel me? Like, yeah, we should do with what we have, and according to what we do, our value is measured. And so this can even be a result of like your upbringing, maybe, because when the moon is in Virgo, it does highlight a hard childhood upbringing. You feel me? Because Virgo is more observed and analyzed. It's not per se loved, but it's observed and analyzed, and according to its efficiency and how good of a work it does, then it's rewarded. So that can be a toxic energy. And so like with the moon in Virgo, it can either play out that your upbringing, you had a mother who was very supportive and helping of you feel me, or you had a mother or parent, guardian, who was very critical of you, because Virgo is a sign of criticism. And unfortunately, when the moon is in Virgo, it does signify great lack of self-esteem, because when the moon goes into Virgo, when the moon is your inner self, your inner child, right? And Virgo is analyzation, so it's like you're continuously analyzing yourself, and you feel what I'm saying? And so that can be negative, that can be a negative thing, and it can be hard, because you can be overly hard on yourself. And so the thing with this is that Virgo, because it's an earth sign, it tends to go on to feel that it has to do things itself, you feel me? Like it has to do things itself, by itself, and it can't rely on other people. But if it wants it, it's gonna have to do it. And a lot of the times, Virgo moons are they become relied upon. People around them rely upon them, and it's like Virgo likes to feel like they're useful. But then, like, a negative attribute about the Virgo sign is that they may start to build resentment. You feel what I'm saying? Because it's like Virgo is also a feminine sign. You feel what I'm saying? And so because it's a feminine sign, they're not really assertive like that. And it's like if someone asks them to do something, a Virgo will do it. And they're more behind the scenes. Virgos don't really like being in the forefront. They would rather do things and work behind the scenes, you feel what I'm saying? But ultimately, so one negative attribute is that resentment energy, you feel me? Like portraying this energy of being like the help, and then when people start to want to extract that help from you, you start to feel like they're taking advantage of that. They're taking advantage of the fact that you're a person who's willing to help. And it's the same thing with the Cancer placement too, you feel me? Because Cancer is so Mars, the planet of execution, is debilitated in Cancer. And so Cancers, they don't like confrontation. They would rather avoid confrontation, and they like to be comfortable, you know. So sometimes they will be even passive aggressive, you feel me, but the struggle with being aggressive is uncomfortable. And also Cancer, right, is signified by the crab, and the crab is known to walk in sideways rather than directly, you feel me, and that's also very Cancerian. A lot of the times, you know, instead of confronting the problem head on, Cancer will walk around the issue, you feel me. And so with all that being said, it's like you do need to learn to develop, you know, those assertive energies. So then, though, yeah, those assertive energies, you know. So then, you don't just get walked on, or you know, people take advantage of you, and they're like, oh, her, yeah, she'll do it if I ask her. You feel what I'm saying? But it's like so Cancer's thought trend is I feel, you feel me, and it's all about the feelings, you feel me. And then Virgo is I analyze. It's an analytical sign, and it's all about analyzation, you know, breaking things down and looking at things from many different perspectives. But then the sign Leo, it's all about the willpower, you feel what I'm saying. Earlier we talked about how Leo deals with the self-image, how you see yourself. But it's like, according to how you see yourself, it will also portray in your willpower, if that makes sense. It's like, if you're a type of person who like 100% has a great self-image about yourself, then it's like the way that you will move in the world will be in alignment, you feel what I'm saying, in alignment with the way that you see yourself internally. But also, furthermore, like, as you know, the sun rules Leo, you know. And when we think of the sun and we talk of the sun in a sense imposes its light onto the world. And it's like, from an astrological perspective, we have this understanding that all the, astronomically as well, you feel me, but astrologically we have an understanding that all the planets, they're like pulling their light, their energy from the sun. So the sun is like the life force, right, which provides like nourishment and sustenance for everything in the solar system. But then it's like Mercury, Jupiter, Saturn, all these other different planets, they're absorbing the sun's heat and the sun's energy, and then they're tweaking it, refining it according to their own energy, and then they're bringing it back out into the world. But so ultimately, with Leo and the willpower, I feel like Leos are the types of individuals who, in a sense, if they try, you know, they can very much. If they try, they can very much materialize their vision, you feel what I'm saying, in the sense that, so Leo is fixed fire, you feel me, and so fixed means stable, right, secure. And then the fire, it is enthusiasm and all these other things, but primarily, as I said earlier, fire deals with vision. So one thing I can also throw out there is, so Virgo, right, although an earth sign, Virgo can be very psychic, you know. They can be, especially when the moon is in Virgo, you feel me. And it's like, and this is because, like I told you earlier, Virgo deals with analyzation, you feel me, and like analyzing and just looking into the details of things, you feel me. So it's like, if you were to take time to develop your intuition, then as a moon in Virgo, you would be greatly intuitive. But at the same time, Cancer is already naturally intuitive, you feel me, because they're tapped into the emotional body, you feel what I'm saying. So yeah. So psycho-cybernetics earlier, right, that's what I was talking about. So definitely go get that book and read it. And so psycho-cybernetics is 2 words, you feel me. Psycho meaning the mind or the psyche, and then cybernetics meaning the movement or the motion of like mechanical things. Like cybernetics is how like the nervous system influences the body to move, or how like a computer influences a robot to move and walk around, you know. So psycho-cybernetics is the study of how the mind like dictates how the body moves. And so in psycho-cybernetics, there's this understanding that your mind can only take you as far as you visualize, or it's like you have this goal fulfilling system within you, but that goal fulfilling system needs a goal. Like, we humans were made to accomplish goals, you feel me? Yeah, you feel what I'm saying? And Virgo, it's a sign that deals with like accomplishment, you feel what I'm saying? Like being worth something and being of value, you know. And so all the okay, yeah, you feel me? So yeah, so for Virgo, it's important that they have a goal. It's important that they feel like they're moving towards something, you feel me? And so for you as a Virgo, do understand that it's going to be very important for you. So the Sun in Leo energy, you know, my bad, the Ascendant in Leo, these are individuals who are strong, you know. They have a great, like, beautiful presence about them, in the sense that it can be very warm, right? And very, like, accepting. Like, people with, but then I don't know how it would play out with your moon in Virgo, because with your moon being in Virgo, I think you're more analytical and critical of yourself than other people, you know. So now let's not say that. But yeah, you know, with the Sun, I mean, with the Ascendant in Leo, this does make you also a type of individual that people like to be around. You know, you have good energy, good vibes. You know, this is also executive energy. These are the types of people that people would be willing to, like, listen and hear you out. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you may have a natural leadership ability, you know, and you may attract positions of leadership. You feel what I'm saying? And so, yeah. But it's like, with your Sun being in Leo, it's important to like, with your Sun being in Leo and like the Virgo moon also, it's important that you don't cut yourself off for the sake of the value of others. You feel what I'm saying? Like, especially Virgo, because Virgo is a sacrificial sign. You know, they will sacrifice. But it's like the Sun in Cancer, emotions become of great importance. And when emotions are in the equation, then you have to focus on self, and you have to have your alone time. Isolation is also very important for Cancer. You feel me? And it's like, if you don't do things like upkeep your emotions and things like that, then you know, depression and those types of energies will follow. So it's like, you have to find ways to process your emotions and deal with your emotions constructively. You feel me? But also learn how to feel your emotions. And so with your Sun being in Cancer, I would say that you are you probably do have, like, you know, you tell me how that shit, you tell me what you think. You tell me how that energy plays out. Because like I said earlier, you know, Virgo, it's more of a understanding, not a feeling, more wanting to understand their emotions. But it's important to feel your emotions, because once you feel your emotions and you truly feel what your inner self is feeling, then you know what you need to do next to attain emotional fulfillment. You feel me? Emotional fulfillment. If I'm not mistaken, your second house, I mean, your moon is in the second house. Like the positive attribute of Leo, right, is like, Virgo's positive attribute is their analytical ability. Their negative attribute is their critical ability, you know, being overly critical. So one thing that's good is that a Virgo can see the details, and certain things that may escape other people will not escape a Virgo. But also, because it's so centered into the detail, Virgos can become negative, you know. As I said, the devil is within the detail. And also with the moon in Virgo, be careful of overly analyzing a situation to paralysis. You feel me? Like, being so analytical that about something that you don't do anything. You feel me? I hope that makes sense. You know, like, being so stuck in analyzing that all that energy goes into analyzing the situation rather than getting up and doing something about the situation. You feel me? And that's a very mercurial energy, being very much in your head. Like with this placement, like the mind is jittery and very racy, and restless as well. So like with this placement, meditation would be of great value, and like exercises that are slow in their motion, you feel what I'm saying? So things like Tai Chi, that's the only thing I can come up with right now, you feel me? But things like Tai Chi, but things like going on a walk even, would be very beneficial for Moon and Virgo, things like that, But getting into meditation, learning how to still the mind would be good for Virgo, but also Cancer, you feel what I'm saying? And so yeah, that's Virgo, critical and analytical. And then for Leo, their positive attribute is their kindness. They're very, 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 very kind. But then their negative attribute is their domineering. It's like they can be real kind, but then at the same time, they can dominate people. Like they can take control over people and boss them around and tell them, you feel what I'm saying? Dominating. But yeah, so pretty much the primary focus in this lifetime become family and emotions, you feel me? Family, emotions, and how you feel like you're being nourished, So it's emotional nourishment. At the end of the day, it's emotional nourishment, you feel me? And learning how to nourish yourself emotionally becomes of great importance. And so the opposite sign to Virgo is Pisces. And so when the moon is in Virgo, the moon in Virgo individual has to look at Pisces to pull some inspiration, you feel me? And so Pisces, primary objectification difference between Pisces and Virgo is that Virgo is plugged into the world around it, and it needs evidence and it needs proof, and it may feel like it's all in this by itself, but then Pisces is like, it more deals with the bigger picture, and it's more of a spiritual sign, and it deals with belief and faith, and allowing certain things to a higher power, so Pisces can give it to a higher power and not worry. But Virgo may feel like they have to do it by themselves, and so yeah, you know what I'm saying? I hope that makes sense. But yeah, that pretty much concludes the reading. Let me know what you think, and if you're interested, I would be more than happy to do a full reading for you. So with the full reading, like I said, it is 2 hours long, and like I do before getting to the reading, I do take some time to study the chart, and I help you really, really, really gain an understanding of what's happening in your chart, like from the degrees, to like the aspects, the planets, the houses, to the signs, and if you wish to better get to know yourself, so then you can move and navigate in this life more appropriately, then I would most definitely recommend you getting that full reading, you feel what I'm saying? But yeah, without further ado, peace. Let me definitely know what you thought about this reading, and if you can, I would most definitely appreciate you leaving a review. You can just write a review on my Facebook page, and just post it on my page. And also, if you know anyone who needs a reading, you already know this guy can help them with that. But anyways, peace.